We've already seen the Mi MIX Alpha and the wraparound display concept that they've introduced. Well, it's not really a concept, it is a physical phone that you can buy in China and some regions of Europe. It was sold in limited quantities but definitely gained the name for the Mi MIX series. The series was known for its bold technological moves like the all-screen display that they had by moving the front camera below, radical design moves that no other company would try to do, and now they are trying to enter the foldable space as well with their new Mi MIX Fold. It's a very familiar folding screen design with a normal looking display on the front and a much wider folding screen inside it. So it opens up similar to a book, which was popularized of course by the Galaxy Fold series. All the industry has tried some different approaches, like even Huawei approached this with the outward folding design initially with their Mate X, and now they too have switched to this inward folding design because it's the most practical way we can do it with the technology we have today. So hardware wise, this Mi MIX Fold is a pretty impressive flagship on its own. It has an 8-inch 2K 120Hz OLED display on the inside, and on the outside there is a 6.05-inch 90Hz AMOLED display. It's powered by the latest Snapdragon 888 and it has the same 108 megapixel camera array on the back with a 20 megapixel selfie shooter. It has a 5000 mAh battery built into it with 67 watts of fast charging supported. There's a side mounted fingerprint sensor very similar to the Galaxy Z Fold 2, and it has quad speakers tuned by Harman Kardon. There are 3 variants, 2 with 12GB of RAM and 256 and 512GB internal storage, and the top tier version with 512GB internal with 16GB of RAM. It has the same liquid lens technology on the camera, which might be similar to the Mi 10 Pro that we have seen, and is definitely going to be a same family member as the Mi 11 Pro, which is a whole new crazy level on its own. It has a new butterfly cooling system design, which I guess it has a shape of a butterfly which kind of distributes heat around the phone instead of just focusing it on one side. Speaking of price in terms of Indian rupees, the base model starts from 1.1 lakhs and goes all the way up to 1.45 lakhs for the top tier version. Of course, it's nothing crazy considering that some other phones like the iPhones are also selling at the relatively the same price. And man, if you compare Apple to Apple, pun intended, this thing is leagues ahead of it. Looks like we were right. If you remember when we discussed about dual screen phones and folding phones, we did conclude that the folding phones are the future, but dual screen phones are the most practical nowadays. And by the looks of it, every single manufacturer who has the R&D to do it is making a folding phone version. They are slowly fixing all the issues that come up, like the groove in the middle is almost vanished with the Huawei's version. If you have seen those videos, it doesn't have that crease in the middle that the Galaxy Z Fold 2 has. That's quite amazing, really. They're solving all these problems one by one, and pretty soon I think the ingress protection and durability issues will also be fixed. Well, visually it looks very similar to the Galaxy Fold 2, including that tiny little gap in the middle of those two screens. They couldn't get those two screens to fit flush at one another like the Huawei Mate X2 did. And also it's pretty heavy and a chunky boy, coming in at 300 grams, so yeah, it definitely takes some substantial handling to take care of this thing. This phone in particular is rated for about 200,000 folds, which is I guess a pretty high number really. And speaking of fold, yeah, there is a tiny crease visible there, so Huawei is still leading with the best looking phone out there in terms of the folding phone designs. But hey, this is Xiaomi's first attempt, and I have to say it looks way better than what Samsung did with the Galaxy Fold 1. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on this new folding phone from Huawei, the Mi MIX Fold. Do you think it was a good move for Huawei to go in the folding phones department? I think so, because like I said, folding phones seem to be the future now. And I don't see why India's #1 smartphone brand shouldn't try their hand at doing something that Samsung and Huawei have done. As usual, leave your thoughts, suggestions and opinions in the comments down below, and subscribe for more content like this. And I'll see you soon. Cheers.